Okay, just a quick video on this 129 that we've got here. Been faffing around with the air conditioning for a while. It has a Diagnosing dealer fit air conditioning system that has no documentation that I can find. This system would have been fitted when the car was relatively new by a dealer in the UK. I don't know why they wouldn't have specified the car with AC when it was new. I understand a lot of these were dealer fit at the time. If anybody knows why, maybe the Diagnosing system was significantly cheaper than the rest of the alternatives, or obviously the manufacturer fitted version. I don't know, but if anybody can let me know, that'd be great in the comments. Anyway, so I'm going to swap over to the car and just show you how the system works. It's very similar to the old Mercedes style. Okay, so one very lovely 129. This is my 129, not to be confused with the customers. Right, so we've got two condenser fans at the front, very similar to factory fit, although slightly different. These are SPAL fans, and they are C-solid. Now, for the purposes of testing, that's not going to affect what we're doing. So this car, you turn the air conditioning on, it's leak tight, you turn the air conditioning on, the compressor clicks on for about 5 seconds and then stops. Cycle the ignition, does the same thing over and over again. We've tested the high pressure and low pressure switches. By the way, this is how the wiring was. Lots of extra cable. That was sort of just shoved in there. Not so good. So it needs to be tidied up at some point, but anyway. We've got a Diagnosing control module here that sits like so, with many wires and a stack of relays that's sort of just floating in the wind. Can't do much about them at the moment. So the system clicks the compressor on, 10 seconds, clicks back off again. Does that repeatedly. The pressures indicate that the system is cooling when the compressor is running. However, obviously it cycles off. Now, I've done a bit of research, couldn't find anything, couldn't find any wiring diagrams for this Diagnosing system. There's no part numbers or anything on this box. Sort of just miscellaneous black box. There's 031123 written on there. Otherwise, nothing useful. So I just see that pipe, make sure that drain pipe is in there probably. I don't want to be filling up the scuttle with water. No, looks good. So I had a bit of a think and a scratch on my head, and I was looking down here and I'm thinking, where do these white wires go? So these white wires, they go down there, zoom, 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 and then there's a significant oil leak, which we'll tackle at some point. And it goes down there and it spins off. Now, I was looking at where one of these wires go. Now, there's two of these white wires. This one goes to a sensor that points at the crankshaft. And then I had a realization on early 140s, such as that one, but earlier, they have a RPM sensor on the refrigerant compressor that monitors the compressor speed. Now, for some reason, they thought that the compressor would seize up, throw the belt, and then the car would explode, fire itself off the face of the earth. Obviously, they realised it was a bit silly because they dropped that sensor on that car. But they've clearly implemented, Diagnosing have implemented something similar on this. So a bit of searching later, and we're just going to stick our heads underneath here. And we can see on the AC compressor we have a very unusual fitting on the end, that round thing. I was thinking that looks a bit odd. Anyway, it turns out that up here we've got a sensor that's been zip tied to the wing, which clearly goes on that standoff. So the Diagnosing have implemented a similar system where they try and detect whether the AC compressor has seized or not and disable the system. So I'm going to do a little video. I'm going to start the car up and I'm going to show you how it behaves now with the camera facing the compressor, and then hopefully once I've put it all back together it will stop doing that. So let's see. Right, hopefully you can get a good visual of what's going on. I'm going to start the engine and turn the AC on, and we're going to just watch what happens before I've touched anything. hopefully you can get a good idea of what's going on there. I'm going to swap across that plug now. I'm going to screw that sensor back in. I'm going to do a quick video of what it looks like after it's been installed, and then you'll see with me whether it works. Okay, right, we've screwed it back on. Let's have a look. You can sort of see what it's meant to be. So you've got the bracket there, and then it points just at the end of the compressor where it rotates. So fingers crossed, I'm going to point this up. Right, let's see. Let's see if the compressor cuts off. Right, well, it looks pretty good. It's still spinning. Let's see. Obviously we've got to be a bit careful because there's no condenser fan. Let's see what temperature we got at the center events. So we've got 7 degrees. Not amazing, but it's better than 25 outside, and obviously we've got no condenser fan, so the condenser is probably a bajillion degrees. We've also probably got high side pressures through the roof, but that AC works. I'm going to turn that off. Oh, got 6.8. I'm going to turn that off now, and I'm going to turn the AC off. There we go. Right, well, that went quite well. Easy fix. Not so easy. Oh, let's turn that off. There we go. Not so easy without the documentation, diagrams, etc., but a bit of just poking around, and we've got the AC working, so happy days. What else is on this car? Watch out in the future. Okay, bye.